SpotlightMediaStudios.com. Welcome to Education Unfiltered. Here is Mary Stucko.
Hello, this is Mary Stucko with Education Unfiltered, where we talk about all things higher ed, and that looks like a lot of different things, especially in today's society. We got a lot going on. And today I am joined by Dr. Tonya Bailey. She's the Chief Diversity Officer at Lansing Community College. And she's going to be talking to us about Lansing Community College's Office of Diversity and Inclusion and the Virtual Summer Impact Program. This program will allow 11th and 12th grade students and recent high school graduates to learn about diversity and inclusion, how to succeed in college, and be able to meet college students, faculty, and staff, and learn about college resources. Welcome to Education Unfiltered, Dr. Bailey.
Thank you so much, Mary. It's so amazing to be here.
Well, thank you. You're so chipper. I love it. So tell me about the Virtual Summer Impact Program for the high school students, and when is it?
Well, it's going on right now. In fact, we started on July 8th. It's every Wednesday in the month of July, so that's the 8th, the 15th, 22nd, and the 29th. And we can't be just thrilled to offer this opportunity for high school students that's allowing them to gain needed skills that I believe is important, especially now as folks are scrambling around for jobs and there's fluctuation in the unemployment. We're preparing our students for life success. They're discovering how to navigate college, right, way beforehand. And they're also looking at and getting opportunities to make connections with students, other students, faculty, and staff from across the state, and also hearing just straight up from experts on what it means to be a global thinking citizen in the lens from diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's amazing.
I think that's great that you're kind of getting a head start on it, because I think the mental preparation to get ready for it. Yeah, I think, I have a son who's also getting ready to start at LCC in the fall. And, I think that's just, even though he's been around LCC because I work at LCC, there's still a lot of, that fear because he hasn't done this before. So
absolutely. College is a different terrain. Whether you are a child of a parent that's been at an institution. My kids kind of grew up on a college campus because I've been in higher ed for 30 plus years. And so, but when it's their time to navigate that terrain, they need all the support and all the information that's going to make them be successful. And so your son should be in this program.
Yeah, I think we need to look into this for sure. So
definitely. And any parent that's listening to this amazing podcast and the work that you do, and thank you for that. I just want to say that this is an opportunity to help them be their best selves, right? College is different for every student, but this program is helping in unique ways to make sure that students are adequately prepared. And guess what? It's totally free.
That's a wonderful thing. So why is LCC hosting the Virtual Summer Impact Program?
Well, the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is all about making sure that we are empowering, enlightening, and educating everyone from students, faculty, staff, and our broader community. The Summer Impact aims to help students increase their knowledge about their skills as it relates to diversity, equity, as well as inclusion. As you know, right now, there's a lot of civil unrest in our society. There's a lot of lack of education as it relates to what diversity really is and how to function as an equity advocate and make sure that we're being inclusive. And this program provides our students at a very young stage in their life on how to become champions for that. More importantly, I believe LCC wants to do their part to make sure that we're helping our students in the community prepare to be part of this amazing bridge from the high school experience onto their college experience. If we can help them be successful now, then we'll definitely make sure that they'll have a brighter future tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in that communication and education to all make us, work together better is definitely a good approach.
Absolutely.
So who can participate in this program?
Well, everyone that is, first of all, just interested and tired of just being at home and not able to do much of anything, this is going to be a high-impact, highly engaged session week after week for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders who are currently in high school and recent graduates, those that have just came through graduation this past year. They are eligible to participate. And we're also looking at some specific populations, so those that are from underrepresented communities, African Americans, Latinos, Native Americans, students that may have been in the foster care system, immigrant, of course, students from our LGBTQ community, and then those that are coming to school for the very first time in their family. We call them the first generation students. They are more than welcome to be a part of this program. We're targeting them, but it's open to anyone. If you don't fall in any of those categories and just want to come, you got a ticket.
Absolutely. Now, how is the presentation of this going to be? Is it, I know LCC going back in the fall is very limited what's going to be face-to-face. A lot of it's online or virtual. How are you doing this? Is this face-to-face? Is this online? How is the presentation?
This is a great question, Mary, because, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of, because of COVID, there's a lot of unique ways that we are educating students. And this one is totally virtually. Like, all you have to do is bring your own chair.
Okay.
Bring your own chair and you're there. Okay. And so it's a virtual, engaging, highly high octane, if you can't tell from me. I've got several other team members that are more on 10 than I am.
Awesome.
But from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks are engaged from every moment. There's dancing, there's poets, there's all types of activities, games. Students are able to win cool prizes just by participating. I mean, there's no boring moment at all in this, and it's all from the comfort of your own home, from your mobile device or your computer.
Very good. Now, if somebody's interested, how do they go about signing up for this?
Well, they can definitely go to lcc.edu/summer impact and register. It's a quick, fast registration of just a couple of questions, and we're asking for a small consent form to be acknowledged from parents for students that are under 18, so they can make sure that they are their parents and family are aware of it. But it's extremely easy. You can go to our website. You can even go to lcc.edu/diversity, and you'll get right to our website. It's such an easy process to get on. And so I'll just repeat those two sites again. It's either lcc.edu/summer impact, because that's what we're doing right now. We're having the summer impact, or lcc.edu/diversity. And you'll get all the information right there to register.
Wonderful. Now, what do the participants receive for completing the program?
Yeah, so in addition to a plethora of information, getting firsthand contact with real college students, right? It's going to tell them the true story of their experience, as well as a lot of information on how they can be further successful in high school, as well as college success tips. They will receive a digital badge in diversity. Every week, we're going to be engaging, educating, and informing students on how they can become social advocates and be more aware about our world around us as it relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And because those are logged hours, logged time, they're going to walk away with a digital badge in diversity and inclusion. And what's great about that, students can use this on their resumes for jobs. They can use this in other educational endeavors, getting in different organizations. It looks amazing on a scholarship to show a reviewer that you have been engaged in some really thoughtful thinking, that you know how to work with diverse groups, you know how to communicate on various platforms. And so we're preparing our students for much more than they are probably expecting when they come.
Wow, that's wonderful. And I didn't think about it, almost like a resume builder. To have this kind of training, especially today, in today's day and age, where you said, there's a lot of upheaval. to know that you've made an effort to understand others who maybe look different or act different than you. I think that is a wonderful approach with these students. I love it.
Thank you so much, Mary. And thank you for being such a champion supporter and letting us come and talk about this, because you're absolutely right. The more opportunities that we can share about each one's difference, the more we can celebrate each one's uniqueness. And I think that this program does that, and also answers a lot of questions, too, that I think a lot of students are having as it relates to anxiety about what college is like, or how do I navigate even these final high school years with all that's going on around me? How do I prepare for a job? How do I get the right job? And how do I work with faculty and staff before I get to college? How do I make sure I'm doing great in school? This program is such a great summer impact, nicely named.
Yeah, I love it. What other programs does the Office of Diversity and Inclusion offer?
Well, we do great strategic planning for the college, as well as do a lot of community partnerships, right? And so there is programs that we have for our faculty members called the RISE Institute that allows faculty to help be even more prepared and inclusive in their teaching. We do an amazing job with celebrating various cultural backgrounds and events through our cultural committees. And so you'll probably see a lot of those things and have been seeing them throughout the campus as well as in our community. There are some courageous conversations that are taking place that I am excited about, to talk about not just race in our country, but also how do we come together as a people to help underserved populations, volunteerism, and what we can do to be just better citizens. There's a lot of programming on ethnicity, and then there's a specific specialty programming just to make sure that students are connected to professional mentors and so much more. I could go on, and obviously I mentioned a little bit about our digital badging, which helps our students get an edge on their education. But the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, we're doing just about everything.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're empowering and lifting students and faculty.
Do you want to talk a little bit, we got about 4 minutes left, about some of there's different things, as faculty, I work with different areas within LCC that kind of focus on, different groups of people, like TRIO. Do you want to go a little bit into some of that, just so students who are entering LCC understand some of the resources that are available?
Absolutely. I always say, you can just go to lcc.edu to find you. That's my slogan.
Oh, good.
Because LCC has such great services for students who are from underrepresented backgrounds, from communities that don't have a long history of the college experience. And there are services, as you mentioned, like our TRIO program, our Lucero program, which is actually a part of the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, that provides support systems. I like to call them wraparound holistic support systems to help with academic questions, tutoring, mentoring, providing social networks, and obviously our academic and success coaches. Our student affairs team is just phenomenal. These are people that don't just do a job, they're doing life. And their doing life is helping individuals come up, making sure that their transition, especially now when we've shifted a lot of our classes to online, they are on the phones. They're making sure that students understand their resources. There's so many different programs that LCC has. If a student is thinking about LCC, whether you're coming fresh out of high school or returning from the workforce and you're looking to add a different skill, LCC, seriously, is a place that I think is a large family that want to help you walk through every step to your dreams, to your aspirations. And so this is a community. I've been at several other institutions before. Never before have I found an institution like LCC that really cares about student success and cares about individuals achieving their personal best.
I totally agree. I love how they just don't make anybody feel like that's a dumb question or make them feel comfortable for approaching. And actually, one of the classes I teach is a 100 level intro to business class. We get quite a variety of people in that from different backgrounds. And it can be, students just entering out of high school or people who've come back after being out of school for a long time, which is also very scary. And one of the things I do is I actually offer extra credit, 10 extra credit points just to go to tutoring or go to different services. And it really is amazing. What I found doing that is some of them really do need to find those services. But then it's like once they try it once, they realize, oh, wow, I feel really comfortable doing this. And I think in the long run, it helps. And just getting that extra 10 extra credit points for some people, that's a really big deal and enough of incentive to reach outside their comfort zone and utilize other resources. But to me, what's really satisfying by doing that is realizing how comfortable, like that becomes like going to the tutoring center becomes like their comfort zone and they'll go there all the time. Where it started out as a thing of fear and I don't want to go there. So that's one thing I think that's beautiful about LCC is just that level of inclusiveness and welcoming. And I see that in my students, how they feel that and the faculty and the education end of it.
You're absolutely right, Mary, and you're one of our amazing faculty and champions for this very act. Because not only are you doing it, but students will find this to be the norm in all faculty. They go the extra mile. They make sure that they give additional assistance. They're there, and they really do care. And not every institution can shout that the way we can because we actually practice it. We put the community and the unity back in the whole community college thought process. We put the unity right back into the word community and make sure everybody knows how to receive the best services and how they can be counted for.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Bailey. Keep up the good work, and you have a wonderful day. This is Education Unfiltered with Mary Stucko. Thank you so much for joining us today.